So what I'm going to be talking to you about tonight is the Facebook algorithm and what it is and how it works and how you can get the best out of social media. Darren, can you do me a favour, please? Can you make sure that everyone is muted? Because I can't keep checking if anyone unmutes. That would be fabulous. So the Facebook algorithm, what is it? So basically, the algorithm is like a set of rules that decides what posts appear in people's feeds. Essentially, it decides which content is most relevant to you to show each of the views based on several different factors. So essentially what it is, Facebook chooses what content goes on your news feed, but also what content goes on other people's news feeds. So what Facebook will do, it will take a look at all the content that could show up on your feed. This includes posts coming from people you're friends with. It also includes content from the pages you follow and the groups that you've joined. And then what the algorithm does, it assesses the relevance of each piece of content based on thousands of signals. You don't really need to know that. However, I just wanted to give you an overview of how it works. So this includes signals such as how often you interact with them. So friends that are on your social media, how often you are engaging and how often you're commenting and liking their posts. It also looks at when they've been published and what time it is for you. Now, one of the things that I can do if I have an old post that's had massive traction on it, if I comment on that post, it basically goes back to the top and can appear again on people's news feeds. Facebook also considers signals such as the type of content and how you've interacted with similar posts. So, for example, I don't know, let's say, for example, you looked up, I don't know, swimming pools on Facebook, on Marketplace, for example. What would then come up on your news feed is posts that are relevant to that. It basically tries to assess the relevance by understanding the nature of the content and your behaviour. So what is it that you need to do? You need to be posting regularly and timely. And you need to keep an eye out for the best time to post on Facebook. So I suppose you kind of want to assess what posts work best for you and at what time. Now, I've always found with my posts in the evening around 7:30, 8 can be really, really good because people put children to bed, they're sat in front of the TV, and they're scrolling through their Facebook. But what you need to do is perhaps do a few posts to see what works for you. And if you've got posts that you've put out on your social media and they've had no engagement, you can simply delete them. So posting your content at the right time is really as important as posting at the wrong time can negatively impact your organic engagements, which is why I say you delete it. There are specific times that are optimal for posting, and by tracking your insights, you can determine the peak time to post for us as a brand. So trial it. You can't get it wrong. I mean, in the next coming weeks, what I'm going to be doing is showing you the kind of content that you can be putting out to get the right engagement, because I want to make sure that you get it right. And that's why I'm doing this in bite-sized chunks, so that when you are ready to start posting out on social media, we've got it absolutely right. You need to be consistent with your postings. It's important to understand there is no one size fits all approach. Every brand, us, is unique and its audience with different preferences. Therefore, it's crucial to determine the posting frequency that works best for you. Now, all I would do, I do one post a day. I don't really want to overdo it. And that's what works for me. But again, your followers, the people that you're friends with, you can kind of work on that. But what I would recommend once a day minimum, because you need to make sure that you are consistent with it. So it's time to warm up the algorithm. So how do you do that? So for you to start seeing more people's posts, and for your posts that are going out, you need to be commenting on people's posts. So what I would recommend you do, what I do in the morning I will warm it up by going through my news feed and commenting and loving on people's posts, because then what Facebook is doing is in the algorithm is saying, hey, this person is engaging with this person, they need to see their content. So before I do any posts, I will always warm it up. I'll go through my news feed, I'll comment on people's posts, I'll love on their posts. Don't use the like, always use the love, the caring, or the wow, because it always stands out. So you need to make sure that you are spending much more time on giving to others than what you are getting back. So you need to pay interest in what others are doing. What you cannot do is scroll through Facebook, like, love, like, love, like, love. Facebook will see that as spammy and you'll get blocked from doing it. Interestingly, when I did a post on MyCarClub without any links, because I had such a massive response and I had to send out so many messages to people, Facebook blocked me, because it was crazy insane how many people had reached out to me. So when I show you the kind of posts that you're going to be posting out, you need to be sending a certain amount of messages out over a period of time. Do not copy and paste other people's content. Now, I'm going to be sharing content that you can post on your social media, but what Facebook know is, let's say, for example, I shared the post with you that got massive traction for MyCarClub. You can't copy and paste that onto your social media. One, because Facebook will know that you've not been able to type that content in that amount of time. You can use it, but you need to add your own emojis, change the wording a little bit so that it is different. And also what you don't want to see is us flooding Facebook with the same message. Absolutely, you can use the content, but you want to kind of reword it and make it your own. I've got that on there twice. Interesting. I didn't review these slides. So don't scroll and like Facebook. They'll see this as fake and you could be blocked. What is really, really powerful is if you take it to Messenger rather than on your Facebook profile. So for example, you could message someone regarding their post. I don't know, it could be somebody's birthday or somebody's got, I don't know, a new car. If you then get into their inbox and say, hey, I saw your post, happy birthday, or wow, it's amazing to see you've got a new car, or how was the holiday, or whatever it may be, Facebook will recognize that the two of you are chatting. So when you are ready to start posting your content, that person will see it on their newsfeed, and that's what you want. You want people to be able to see what you're posting. The other thing that actually I haven't put on here that I've just remembered, if you have a bit of a Facebook cleanup, so for example, going through Facebook friends, sometimes you might have friends on there that you don't even know. Unfriending those, Facebook algorithm really, really likes that. It says, hey, the connections that they are keeping within their Facebook friends are real connections. So they do really, really like it. Do not copy and paste messages. Now, I used this before. If you are copying and pasting messages exactly the same, Facebook know that you're doing it and you'll be blocked. It's really, really important to remember that building on social media takes time. It's not gonna happen overnight, and it takes work. This is something that you're going to be having to work on a daily basis, building connections, building relationships, getting into people's messenger and connecting and having a genuine interest in what people are doing. And you just need to give more. And also if you are really engaging with people and taking an interest in people, and you are commenting on people's posts, particularly if they're networkers, you'll also get them commenting on your posts, which looks good for you, because if you have you've posted content and it's got lots of comments and lots of loves on it, people will say, hey, this is somebody that people want to hear from. So it can be really, really powerful. Okay. So over the next week, what I want you to do is spend time warming up the algorithm, building relationships, really engaging with people, and continue to have your Facebook facelift. Now, a bit of a tip for you. I hadn't been on Facebook for a long time. There was stuff going on, you know, in my house, and I decided that I needed some time away from social media. So what I noticed when I was on Facebook, when I was scrolling, all I had was adverts. And that's because the Facebook algorithm had seen that I wasn't engaging on anything. So I wasn't seeing anything. So what I would recommend that you do is spend some time engaging in people's content and then do an algorithm post. And the algorithm post could simply be something, what I did with mine, I put a picture of me on there and the content said, hi, I've been away from social media for a while. Say hi if you can see me. And then anybody that was seeing my newsfeed would comment. And then what I would do, if somebody said, hi, I can see you, I would then respond with, hey, it's great to hear from you. Then what the algorithm goes is, hey, these two are communicating. All of Louise's content that she posts out, I now need to share on their timeline. So that can be really, really powerful. So all I want you to do this week is warm it up. Engage, spend time getting to know people, ask questions, get in the messenger chat, ask how people are doing. And I promise you, you know, over the next few weeks, you will start to get results. Okay, just stop sharing a second. Right, what I'll do is, has anyone got any questions? I'll take a few, happy to take a few.
Hi Louise, it's Gary.
Hi Gary, you're right.
Yeah, just a quick one, Louise. So I recently changed my profile or posting from friends to public. Is there any advantage or disadvantage to that?
Yeah, I mean, posting public is far better, yes, because if people are, because everyone can see your content then, and let's say for example that there's somebody that's in the similar industry to you and it comes up with friend suggestions.
Yeah.
They could look at your profile and they would be able to see your content.
Okay.
So yes, making your post public is beneficial. I've taken mine off. I mean, I've got a big network on there anyway, but yeah, it is much better to do it public if you can.
Okay, thank you.
Can I ask a question?
Sure.
Hello? Do you always need to put a photograph or graphics on there, or can you just put text?
You can put text, just put text, use some emojis to jazz it up a bit, but you don't always have to post photos. What I wouldn't recommend that you do, I mean, is a lot of people go onto Google and use the images there, and Facebook know that you're doing it. So either your own images, or you can create your own for posts on Canva, which is really, really good. You know, I briefly spoke about Canva last week, where you can create your own poster to use on there. But yeah, don't use Google to download pictures, because Facebook know that you're doing it. And what it will do is it will just limit the amount of people that see your content.
Louise?
Yeah?
You see, it's bad to copy and paste, but is it good to share somebody's post?
I wouldn't.
You wouldn't share? Why?
No, I wouldn't share, because it depends what it was for. So, for example, we know that Mark Hamlin just recently got Champion 15, and he did a post on his timeline. You know, people may well have shared that, but I created a post instead, because Facebook prefer that you create your own posts. You know, if you wanted to do a congratulations post, create your own. So I don't share. I don't share content at all.
Right. Okay.
Quick question, Louise, on what Phil's just asked.
Mm.
So if you were to if say Phil posted something and I copied it and then edited it and changed it a few times, would that still be classed as copying and pasting?
No, that's what I'd recommend that you do. Me and Mark Hamlin, we pretty much swap posts. So I might post something and then Mark will change it up a bit, and then Mark might do a great post and I'll change it up a bit. That's absolutely fine. But what you want to do is when you're posting it, take time before you post, because Facebook will go, you've not been able to type that in that amount of time. So leaving it a few minutes so Facebook think that you've done it and taken the time to type it.
Great tip that is.
Another question. If I'm messaging people that I know on Facebook, and it's the same message, but it's personalized, i.e. their name, is that enough editing, or does it need actually a lot more editing?
It depends how quickly you're doing it.
Okay.
So, I mean, I might type out the same message, but I would take my time every time I'm messaging it. I would change the name. I might reword it a tiny bit. Yeah. But Facebook essentially know what you're posting. So you need to take your time every time you're messaging. I just got, we all make mistakes. It was like, I've got so many people to respond to. And I was just messaging. And then I got an exclamation mark saying unable to send message. So you just need to take your time when you're messaging people. Anyone else? Thanks, Terry. Any more questions before we close up? What I'm going to do next week is I'm going to be talking about engagement and getting you being able to speak to people.
I'm already married though. I can't get engaged.
Me too.
Please excuse Terry's sense of humour. He's not. No.
I have no sense of humour.
We like to have fun here. Right. Anyone else before I close tonight? And love our tasty variety. Right, my car club family, thank you for coming to spend some time with me this evening. It's lovely to getting to know you all, and I'm sure we'll get to know each other much better over the up and coming weeks. If anyone has any questions coming up during the week, or you want some help with social media, please connect with me on Facebook and I'll answer you in what way I can. The other thing I wanted to do, and I am in the process of doing with Rayhan, is setting up an official Facebook group. Now, I've always had them for my team. I have a prospecting group where it's just full of content. And I think if we did it as a group, and I've always had massive results. I went to #1 in Europe within 3 months just by having Facebook groups. Facebook groups is really powerful. And I think if we had that as a car club group, tons of interaction, and you're adding people that are interested in the subscription, you will get amazing results. But that is something to come. It's something that I'm currently working on. Right, guys, it's lovely to have you all on. I'll be back on Sunday for the presentation, and I'll catch up with you guys soon. Quick question, not that everyone's going to be able to answer me, but there is an official car club WhatsApp chat. I don't know if everybody is in that or not, but if you're not, I can hear myself. If you're not, message me on Facebook and I'll get you added to that group so that we can all connect on there. Right, guys, have a fab evening, and I will catch up with you guys really, really soon.
Thanks,
Take care.
Louise. Thank you.
Bye. Bye.
Bye.